Hey, James Miller here, your go-to for personal development and entrepreneur advice. Today is episode 6 of 7 on how to win friends and influence people. 3 tips that you can use today to start attracting quality people like yourself into your life. So, tip number 1 is you want to use the word and instead of but. Now think about it. Anytime the word but is used, something bad is coming after it. For instance, I like you, but, or I think this is great business, but something bad is coming after but. So you need to focus on the word and. Why do you use and? Well, and is adding towards the positive first thing you're saying. So I like this and something positive is coming after it. You can even structure it so that instead of sounding like you're criticizing somebody, show a way that you want to improve upon what they're doing. For instance, you can say, "No, I like this business, and I think we can make it better." If you do that, right, instead of saying, "But I think we can do better," that totally changes the perspective of what you're saying, right? But by using and, you're making another person feel way better. You're still saying that you ultimately want to do something different, or you want to change, ultimately the business maybe that they're doing. But by saying and, you're really taking the negativity out of it and bringing in some positive vibes. Okay, so use and instead of but. The second one is, before you criticize others, talk about your own mistakes. By doing this, clearly nobody likes, being criticized, right? But if you can talk about the things that you screwed up on or you made mistakes in or whatever, you will take the pressure off of them. You will relate to them. And that's ultimately what we're trying to do in all of these tips, is to relate to others. That way bringing you closer together, and so you can win them and influence them. So by criticizing yourself, you're like, hey, I've been there, I've done that, and so have you, and you are too. And that's the whole reason I'm bringing this up, is I've been there, I've done that, and that's why I want to help you through it as well, right? There's sometimes more of like an understanding than straight like, why did you do this, right? So talk about your own mistakes before you criticize others. The last one is that you want to allow others to save face. Now, we just talked about criticizing others, so this is a little bit contradictory, but ultimately, you want to allow people to save face as much as possible. There's no real reason by one-on-one or in a group that you really want to throw somebody under the bus. Just allow them to save face. What does it matter? And ultimately, if your goal is to win friends and influence people, then who cares how they feel, what they're saying, whatever. Allow them, once again, it's kind of like allow them to be right. Allow them to save face, address the issue later in a different, better setting, okay? Or maybe in a better way when you're feeling, when you can actually think about how to approach it in a respectful way. So, what are the 3 tips again? You need to use the word and instead of but. Allow others to, before criticizing others, talk about your own mistakes, and allow others to save face. By implementing these into your life today, you're going to start attracting quality people like yourself. And that's ultimately what you want, right? You want to be surrounded by a bunch of quality individuals. Well, before you go, be sure to click on the link below. All these tips have changed my life, but the opportunity in the link below has changed my life more than I can even have imagined. So, this is James Miller. Be sure to click on the link below. Be sure to apply these tips today. I'm out.